Alright, so now we're going to show you how to take the seat out of the van. And Johnny's going to watch me. He's going to move here and watch me move the seat forward. One of the easiest things to do to help you in removing this seat is to actually move this seat all the way forward. This is a manual seat on this side, so I'm going to use the manual slider, which is up under the front here. I'm going to lift it up, slide the seat all the way forward, and I'm going to take the backrest and I'm going to tilt it all the way forward. This just helps me access the foot pedals down here. It also helps the chair from tipping over when we pull it out of the van. So you can move over here. Now the first thing I've got to do is I've got to unscrew this from the wall. This basically controls the airbag sensors in the seat. So it is run power in here. So I'll just unscrew it. It's got a threaded thread on it, so that just screws it on, that screws it off. It's the farthest most piece here, and it's really easy. They've got a dedicated pin for it here if you want to screw it on here. It's also really easy just to stick it in the back pocket right there. So we've got two pedals here. One pedal's got a really nice little arrow on it, arrow pointing in for when you're putting the seat back in, and the arrow is pointing that way. The other pedal is for when we're taking the seat out. So this pedal is already down, so that's what we're actually going to be trying to do, is we're going to be trying to get this down to the ground, and you'll hear it click into place when it clicks. I'm also just going to put a slight amount of pressure on the top side of this with my shoulder, kind of like I'm doing a football pose here, and then go back down here to the pedals, and I'll show you the pedals. So I'm going to step on this left-sided pedal, and I'm going to kind of lean into it just a little bit, and it's going to come up. I'm putting pressure with my foot, and there it clicked into place. And now it's tilted forward. This is locked down and clicked into place. At this point, the chair is unlocked from the floor, and I simply just need to pull it and roll it out. I'm not using a lot of pressure here. I'm just kind of letting it roll on its wheels. Okay? And at that point, it's going to roll around. It's a lot easier to roll it on its back wheels, so you can kind of tilt it up and maneuver it a little bit better. But at that point, we can go all the way down. All the way back up. Again, like I said, the back wheels are a little bit easier to roll on. So if you just kind of keep it tilted up off its front wheels, it rolls quite nicely. I'm gonna go, pop it in a little wheelie here, spin it into place. Obviously it takes a little bit of practice, but it's not super difficult. When I'm going to put it back in, I'm gonna try to line it up with where it needs to be as best as possible. I can kind of scooch it around and whatnot. So once I get it in, I'm gonna have to kind of pop a wheelie to get over that first bump. Pop another wheelie to get over that second bump, and when I'm right before I'm about to get it put in, it's going to go and push it, and it's going to tilt back down into place again. It's going to go drop into place. At that point, when it drops the front end into place, you're ready then to activate these gears again to be able to lock it back down into place. At that point, this part just gets a tiny bit tricky and it takes a little bit of finesse, but with a little bit of practice, it's not super difficult. We're gonna go step on this pedal with the front arrow facing inward, going forward like we're putting the seat back in, and I'm literally just gonna push it to release it and let go. Do a little bit of a shake test there to make sure it's actually locked in, and you're good to go. At that point, I'll go and I'll plug the airbag back in, screw it back into place, and I'm ready to roll on. Thank you. Got it? Yeah.